And joining us now to discuss is spokesperson for the Israeli Prime Minister's office, Tal Heinrich. Tal, thanks so much for joining us here. What are you hearing about this latest rocket attack? And is this one different from what many Israelis see on a daily basis?
Thank you for having me on. So a short while ago, approximately 40 rocket launches were identified from Lebanese territory into Israel. I can tell you that most were intercepted. The other ones fell in open territories, which means there were no injuries reported. Since 8/10, that is a day after the October 7th attack, Hezbollah decided to join the war and open another front against Israel from the north under the guidance of Iran, of course, just like Hamas, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, which is the second largest terrorist organization in Gaza. Hezbollah is an Iranian proxy. They get their marching orders from Tehran. We've had thousands of rockets from Lebanon fired at Israel on a daily basis, injuring, causing the evacuation of more than 60,000 residents of northern areas. And of course, we are on high alert. We're fully ready to act on every front. If somebody's trying to hurt us, we will hurt them.
Tal, Israel, you obviously are on watch from Iran. They're saying there's a potential of an attack of more than 100 drones, dozens of missiles aimed at Israel right now. Do you believe this to be the beginning? I know you said you're watching, but of an Iranian offensive in retaliation to that strike on those generals.
So we're fully ready to act. Of course, we're monitoring what's happening in the region and what relates to Iran. There was just a situational assessment underway, also including with the head of CENTCOM in Israel, General Kurilla. And I can tell you what the IDF chief of staff just said, that the IDF is strongly prepared to act defensively and offensively, and we're ready for every scenario, also fully coordinated with the United States. I can also tell you that this week, every Israeli person was reassured to hear President Biden reaffirming the U.S. standing by Israel vis-a-vis those threats from Iran, the largest state sponsor of terrorism. You know, this is why after October 7th, we said outright that Hamas is more dangerous than ISIS, for instance, not only because of the atrocity, the scope and brutality of which that they committed, but also because they have a state behind them. And Iran, as you know, they've been trying to hurt us for so many years. They're acting against us via their proxies. If it's the Houthis in Yemen that also pose a global terror threat to maritime commerce, and the same militias in Iraq that hurt American bases, just a few days ago, they launched a drone and hit a target in Israel's southern city, Eilat. So they view us as the small Satan and the United States as the big Satan, because we're standing in their way to export their terrorism all around the world and sow chaos.
Tal, we have about 30 seconds left, but you did mention President Biden and being reassured that he said he would stand with Israel against any attacks from Iran. But we also know that President Biden has been very critical of Israel and specifically Prime Minister Netanyahu's handling of the ground game. Any response from you there about kind of putting those two things together, maybe some criticism combined with some positive?
So the two things are obviously related. We need to eliminate Hamas because that's a war objective that we've defined after October 7th. And by doing so, we're also sending a very strong message to Iran and all other bad actors around the world who are currently watching, paying attention and taking notes. This is why we have to stay united, because, again, this is the war of the civilized world against the barbarism of the terrorists. You guys in the U.S. don't like terrorists. We in Israel, we don't like terrorists. This is why we should and we are standing together.
Tal, thank you so much for coming on. We know this is a very turbulent time for everyone over in Israel right now. You know, our prayers are with you, and I'm sure we'll speak soon. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.